Brainy presents 8 Reasons Why Emotionally Vulnerable People Are So Attractive. Most people have a type, or at least a list of traits they look for in a partner. Maybe you want someone trustworthy, hardworking, generous, and loyal. Or perhaps you'd like someone funny, lighthearted, and kind. These are all common desirable traits. Have you considered adding vulnerability to the list? You might even realize it was on your list all along. You just didn't know it. Vulnerability involves putting yourself in a situation where you might get hurt, not physically, emotionally. Vulnerable people are willing to put their hearts on the line. They have the courage to show their true, honest feelings, even if it risks emotional pain. It's incredibly endearing because not everyone is comfortable being vulnerable. Those individuals who can't or won't open up are rarely able to experience healthy, satisfying relationships. The courage that comes with vulnerability is hopeful, sweet, and sometimes irresistible. So, here are 8 reasons why vulnerable people are so attractive. Number 1, they are genuine. There are people out there who put on a pretty face for everyone they meet. And then there are those who are just themselves. More often than not, you'll run into fake people who try to pretend that they're perfect. That's why vulnerable folks are real gems. They're the ones who not only acknowledge their flaws, but accept them too. And it allows them to be their most genuine, authentic selves. With a vulnerable person, honesty and trust are a given, and loyalty exists on every level. They are loyal to themselves and their values, as well as their friends and partners. Although they can keep a secret when they need to, they won't keep things from you. Vulnerable individuals are so genuine because they don't worry about others' opinions of them. They won't jeopardize their identity or authenticity just to be liked. And in the same way, they don't expect others to change for them. They are unconditionally accepting. With vulnerable people, what you see is what you get, and what you see isn't half bad. Number 2, they know that trust is important. Sometimes learning or relearning how to trust can be really hard. Vulnerable people know how important trust is in any relationship. It's foundational. And they don't just know, they practice. When someone trusts you enough to be vulnerable with you, it reveals growth in your relationship. Trust is essential because it protects both partners, and vulnerable people understand that. Number 3, they are excellent communicators. Like trust, communication lays the groundwork for a healthy relationship. And surprise, vulnerable people are great communicators. They are experts at expressing their thoughts and feelings, and they have no trouble asking for what they need. At the same time, they are wonderful listeners who easily identify and prioritize others' thoughts, emotions, and needs. Fear doesn't hold these individuals back from talking about their feelings. No matter how scary it might seem, they'll talk about what's important to them, and they're ready to listen to what matters to you, too. Number 4, they are naturally empathetic. Do you know the difference between empathy and sympathy? Many think they're interchangeable, but feeling sorry for someone is not the same as empathizing with them. When you feel empathy, you feel someone else's pain, and vulnerable people are great empathizers. That's because they are in touch with their own emotions. They can use their past experiences of frustration, disappointment, and grief to empathize with others, and it helps them form even deeper connections with the people they care about. While some people may never experience empathy, it takes little effort for a vulnerable person because they are naturally empathetic. If you're going through something difficult, a vulnerable person will be right by your side, letting you know that you're not alone. They'll never disregard or invalidate your feelings, and your vulnerability will be attractive to them as well. Number 5, they focus on emotional and spiritual growth. While no one delights in suffering, a life full of only positive experiences doesn't encourage personal growth. Vulnerable people understand that they need to experience the good and the bad, and when they engage in a relationship, they recognize that both are likely down the road. Even though unhealthy or even toxic relationships can cause a world of hurt, vulnerable people put themselves out there. They aren't afraid of scars because they know that those scars encourage their emotional and spiritual growth. These individuals don't ruminate over the past. They acknowledge it and celebrate their growth. And that's a part of what makes them such beautiful people. Number 6, they own up to their mistakes. Vulnerable people never shift blame, deflect, or refuse to take accountability. It's easy for them to admit when they've made a mistake, and they're usually the first ones to say sorry after a conflict. These people really don't like hurting others, and they're quick to forgive. Bitterness and resentment aren't in their vocabulary, but don't expect them to act like a doormat. They're willing to give second chances, but they are also in tune with their boundaries. Number 7, they bring out the best in you. There are a lot of people out there who struggle with their emotions, recognizing them, exploring them, expressing them, even feeling them sometimes. And it's not surprising, considering the common belief that weakness looks like emotional vulnerability. If you're someone who believes that strength comes from pushing away your emotions, you're probably attracted to those who are courageous enough to be vulnerable. These people can bring out the best in you, encouraging you no matter what, and always appreciating what you have to give them. When they compliment you, it's always honest and sincere. They can help you on your emotional journey, validating you along the way with love and understanding. Vulnerable people lead by example, inspiring others to be more honest and open. Number 8, they know how to be a team player. When someone is comfortable being vulnerable, they are aware of their strengths and weaknesses. They don't let fear hold them back from being emotional or from asking others for help when they need it. They know that they can't do everything on their own. Vulnerable people are fully capable of maintaining their own individuality while still leaning on others when they need to. They cherish their relationships and bring balance to any team. They understand that everyone has unique strengths to offer, as well as areas where they need support. Their ability to be a team player makes them even more attractive because you know that they value your opinions and your time. People who feel entirely comfortable being vulnerable are attractive because being honest about how you feel with yourself and others is a strength. If you've ever felt drawn to the intense magnetism of a vulnerable person, you know that they're easy to fall in love with. Their authenticity, emotional intelligence, and caring nature contribute to lasting relationships that can provide satisfaction, support, and fulfillment. What do you think? Do you agree with this list? Is there anything else you would add? Share your thoughts in comments below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.